So, hello there, guys. So today's episode of the tutorial is gonna be quite short because we won't be using the computer for this episode. The next episode will delve directly into manipulation of objects. So before I tell you what an object is, I will start by telling you guys what design process is. Let's dive into design process fully. The way I'll define design process is the method of your thoughts or thinking in order to bring about your imagination into practicality. I don't want to use big English, but just have to pardon that. What I'm saying is this, when a client comes to me now and asks me to design something for him, probably a logo, because next class we will actually make an attempt into designing a logo. So when a client comes to me and say he wants a logo, for example, if let me say if he's into fitness industry, what I'll think first. I'll start by asking for the person's name, the name of the company, the name of the brand. So when I ask for the name of the brand, I'll think of how can I use the name of the brand to design a logo. When you're designing a logo, the logo can be the name of the brand itself. I'll give you a very good example. An example is Nike. No, but forget about the stripe. Nike itself, the wording is always the same. Like it's a logo on its own. Look at Adidas itself. They have the same text like logo. Another very good example is Google. They have the same font type, and it's just the name as the logo. You get? I get they have other derivative of logos like for Google they have this G with multiple color and everything, but basically their main logo is just Google, the word itself. And I'll think of Amazon. Look at Amazon. Amazon logo is just Amazon, except when you're not talking about the other brand of their businesses. You get that they have other logos for each brand in their business. You get what I'm saying? So now what I'm saying basically is this. I would like to think that, okay, can I design a logo out of the name of the brand itself? Sorry, I have to adjust this light. It's quite entering into my eyes. So I'll think that can I use the name of this brand or this company as the logo? But let me give you a step that will guide that. If you're gonna use the name of a brand for a logo, it's have to be that the name of the brand is short. Like Google. Google is Google. It's not as if you say Google Incorporations Technology. It's just Google. Nike is just Nike. Look at Amazon. Amazon is just Amazon. It's not amalgamation done. You get what I'm saying? It's not long. Not like if someone now comes to you and the name of his company is let me say, for example, Jackson Mobile Vehicular. When you have long names for a company, I'm trying to think of a very good example now. It's not coming. Let me say, okay, if someone is saying God Mercy's Ventures, how do you design a logo? Just a single logo out of the word. You're having God Mercy Ventures. It's gonna be long and complex, and. So when you want to design logo out of the name of the brand, you have to make sure that the brand itself is just one name, or at best monosyllabulous. You get that it's just having one syllable. You get what I'm saying? Or it's just one sound, like, or at most two, three. Amazon, Facebook. Facebook itself before they start using the F sign as this thing, it was just Facebook as the logo. You get what I'm saying? So now let me give you a guide to when you're designing with just a name for a logo. It has to have what you call it, the font. You have to choose a very particular unique font type. It has to be clear. It has to have this clarity to it. It has to be simple. When you're designing, you have to try as much as possible to be simple with your designs, or your designs are not just gonna be classy. You don't want them. You don't want to prove too much that you know too much about corridor. Yeah. Basically, I told you, corridor is about being artistic. It's about bringing out your imagination, but you just have to bring out. There is beauty in simplicity. Try as much as possible to be simple. But if you want to be complex too, please be complex with a class. Don't just put colors together. It's just like the same way you won't want to wear red on top yellow, on top black, or top green. It's the same way you don't want to design with so many colors infused together in one design. So you want to be simple. So as I was saying, so you want to check out if the name of the brand is long or short. So you can decide to make logo out of the name. So now, then you now proceed on to think about the color you want to use, the font type you want to. These things, you have to put them into consideration. You have to like sit down and think about. Don't just give any color that works. Think about it. Think about the psychological side of it. I told you guys in the previous class to check out for colors and their perception by clients. I told you in the other class that we use blue for security, especially in this banking medium. You want to use book in blue in security. Like if you're providing a security service, you want to ensure your clients that your service is safe for them. People want to feel safe. So when people come into banks and they see blue as your color, you won't know. It might seem all like it's, but these things are scientifically proven. It makes the customer feel like, oh, this place is safe. I can keep my money with this bank. You get? If you're talking about love, do you know why people? Blue actually is the color of love, but people use red because you know why they use red? Because when you see red, it's scientifically proven that your heartbeat moves faster. So when you talk about love and you use red, it makes people heartbeat feel faster, and people might just as well think that they are falling in love looking at your design. You get what I'm saying? So check out. I think yellow. They use yellow for, is it royalty? I know they use purple for royalty too. So check for colors and their meanings. You get? So you use that clue into your designs too. As well as talking about logos, you can actually use animals. Example of a company that is using animal for their logo is Puma. No, apart from the fact that the name of the company is Puma, they are using, but there are companies that actually use. Let me check a company that use animal, but their name doesn't entirely relate to animal. They become like that. But what you gotta think of is this: the animal has to represent what the company is standing for. If you are talking about, look at, I've seen a security firm make use of lion. You get? Because when you say lion, you have to see the sense of tough, strength. You get what I'm saying? So when you get what I'm saying now. So you can use animals as logo for businesses, but they have to say a story. They have to tell something. If you use owl is a symbol of wisdom. So is condors. So are condors rather. Condors are symbols of wisdom. So when you use an animal, for example, for this logo, you have to make sure that it's telling the story of your brand. So whenever you're designing a logo, make sure it's telling the story of the brand. Another thing is I can decide to pick out two characters from the from what you call it now, from the logo, and make it the logo from the name of the brand and make it the logo. You get what I'm saying? Like, or pick out a character. Like Facebook now, they use F, and you guys call Facebook FB most times. You get. And the other example I was trying to remember about the animal and the what you call it, the companies. Look at Twitter. Twitter, for example, Twitter is the name of a firm, but they use bird. You know why they use bird? Because of the sound that birds make, like tweet tweet tweet. So they're like Twitter. You get, where but they're using bird as the name of their logo. So I'm just trying to. That's just me going back because I remember that. So you can actually choose two characters from the name of the brand as the logo too. Like if someone is Amazon, you can as well use AZ, AM, depending on how you feel like while you're designing. You get what I'm saying now? So another thing is this: in designing logos, you can use the instrument that is popular to the brand. Like if it's a transportation firm now or an all-age firm, you can use like wheel or tires, but use them in a way that is quite, that is quite crazy. You got to think. Nobody's gonna teach you design. Like I can teach you ways of thinking to bring about your design process, but I can't teach you to be creative. You get creative by practicing, all right, but you just have to sit down, think, and the more you think about ideas, the more it comes easily to you. Most of the, when I design logos for clients and clients are like, oh, that's first, and it's still fine because I've already thought of, okay, if I'm designing for a company that is into transportation, I want to use tire as their logo. I want to use wheel as their logo. I want to use a car as their logo. You get? So when you're sitting down and you're thinking on your own, or you're just catching fun, try to think of, oh, if this type of company comes to me for a logo, I'm gonna use this for their logo. You get what I'm saying now? So you can use the two in the system. Okay, there's a project I and my friend we're working on. We call it Find Art. And I was like to come up with a logo for the company. And do you know what I did? You know when you're finding something, you can use like you're looking for something. They always use this thing like your search bar, like you're searching for something. So find out is a company that like a brand that like if you're looking for artisans all over the country, you just get them. You get from the this thing. I won't be sharing the details, but basically, if you're looking for people, you find them. So, and I was asked to come up with a logo, and I basically use magnifying glass as the symbol. But I used it in a way that I used the circle, then I cut out the magnifying glass shape from the circle. So you looking at it, it might seem like a C with like cutouts on the inside. You won't, you get what I'm saying? But I'll share that with you in the next class. I'll show you the logo. I think I still have it on my sister. So what I'm saying is this: when you're designing, you have to be very creative. Don't be let people let people think when they look at your logo. You get what I'm saying? You give them a kind of logo that when they look at the logo, they can't. They would say, okay, this is a wheel, but they would actually want to say like tell a story for you. You get what I'm saying? Maybe you have a different story in mind for why you're designing the logo for the brand, but you want to make your design too quite mysterious. When people look at it, they want to just why this logo for this brand. It uses lion because lions roar, and the name of the app is Row, or it uses a boat because the name of the app is Row. Row. You row. You get like the row when you're rolling your boat. So you want to be kind of mysterious with your designs too. I'm giving you the tip. I can't push you to think. You get, but you gotta think. I don't know if that makes sense. If you have any question, you can always ask me. I don't want this video to be too long because I want you guys to catch up with what I'm saying. I don't want to pause so much in very little time. So you get what I'm saying now. So next class we'll be talking basically about manipulation of objects. Objects basically are things you can edit in Corridor. They are those things that will come together to form your designs. I can call a text an object in Corridor, call a circle an object in Corridor, call a polygon an object, a rectangle a square. So these things, if you are designing logo especially, you'll be making use of different shapes. You can, to draw an R for example, you make use of rectangle, make use of, for the beak you make use of like a triangle, then you make use of like a circle for the body. You get what I'm saying? So, or the head, you get what I'm saying now? So you need to get familiar with shapes and how you can put them together to form logos. You get what I'm saying? So next class basically is going to be on shapes alone. So I'll be teaching you how to manipulate shapes in CorelDRAW during the next class. Then if there is still time, I might teach you how to, or I might make an attempt in trying to design a logo. So you guys have a very wonderful time, and if you have any question regarding logo designs, hit me up. Please make sure you check online for more tips on how to design logos. You get what I'm saying? So if you see a tip online you don't understand why it starts, you can ask me. So next upper class, let me say, I'll continue with this kind of session. So I'll bring this short sessions in to explain more on your branding. You get? So you guys take care for now. And before I go, make sure you subscribe to this channel and click on the notification buttons, please. Just do that, and it's beneficial to you too, because when we have other free content coming up, you guys get notified and you get to watch them for free. You get what I'm saying now? So you guys take care now. Bye.